there are, I never mind. I could go into a tangent, but we'll just go on to our next caller.
Okay.
Allison, you are on with Jenna and Ethan. How are you, Allison?
Hi, I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
What did you want to talk about?
Cool. I just wanted to talk about like how like before COVID started and the pandemic and quarantine and all of that, like I was already isolating like a lot. I was staying home because home is safe to me. Home doesn't have triggers. Home, you know, like I can stay leveled and in a good place because I have complex CPTSD. So
I'm sorry.
So like it's like everybody else is freaking out, going, we can't go out, it can't be social, can't do this, can't do that. And here I am going, like, thinking that I've like trained for this for like the last like year and a half. And I'm like totally prepared because I've been already doing it so much, right? So, but just wanted to know what you guys' take on that is.
On the isolation?
Yeah.
Or just like staying home because you want to avoid triggers.
Yeah. And I guess another part too is like I saw this a couple days ago on Facebook that there's a page and I discovered that there are walks and protesters of people who are protesting masks, they're protesting COVID, they're protesting the lockdown, and it's just way too many people. And like I saw that, and they've been doing it every Saturday for months now. And it just like I almost had an anxiety attack. Like I had to stop and be like, okay, this is not affecting me right now. Like this is bad, you know, because it's pretty much like a super spreader parade, but like it's not directly affecting me right now. So I had to take a step back and go, okay, breathe. It's okay, you know, and then I did a couple coping things, but it's like I'm still really just angry about it.
You know, I think that is actually a pretty legitimate response to something like that, though, considering there is a pandemic and there are hundreds of thousands of people dying.
Right.
And I mean, if that's not a reason to go into survival mode when you're around a large crowd of people, I mean, that's your body telling you that you're unsafe. I would think that that's something it's understandable. So, I mean, that's tough, and it stinks so bad that we have to go through things like that. But I wouldn't go so hard on if you are beating yourself up, which it kind of sounds like. I wouldn't go too hard on yourself because it sounds legit, you know.
So let me ask you this, do you ever go out at all? Like make trips to
I go out with the help of my friend. Like I have a friend who's really good about it. Like he tries to get me out of the house, and we'll go to like the local pub and make sure that it's, you know, there's not many people, if any customers at all in there. And like I can relate to Justin with making sure my back's against the wall.
Right.
Wherever I go in a booth, and I got to make sure that I'm not like, especially not having my back towards the door. I just can't do that. So, but I always have my mask, and I don't know how, I've lost track of how many times I've left the house and been like, oh, I forgot my mask. I gotta go back and get it. And then like I make sure that I have a mask wherever I go public. And it's just I've been having trouble going out by myself without anybody. So I'm wondering if you guys have any tips with that to, I guess, get up enough courage to get out there by myself.
So I would say like, okay, what worked for me was my friend Holly was really like, you gotta live your life once in a while. Just come out, because I'd be texting her like a half hour beforehand. This is earlier this year, and I'm like, no, I don't want to come out. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna stay home. She's like, you haven't been out in a while. Just come with me. For me, I found that just putting myself in that position helped a lot. But I think the best thing to do would be to start with like baby steps. Go to 7-Eleven by yourself. Then go to the grocery store by yourself, and then start running little errands without anybody. And then as you get used to that, you can progress onward and go to a bar by yourself. However, I want to be clear, I'm not necessarily recommending you, because of COVID, that you constantly go out and expose yourself. Definitely make sure you practice, safe and responsible social distancing and wear a mask. But I would say, like Jenna was talking about earlier with exposure therapy, just start exposing yourself on a smaller level with those quick errands, if possible.
Or even if you just have to wait until they start opening everything back up again. I mean, it probably won't take too many more months, fingers crossed. But I mean, I'm sure we'll have the opportunity before long.
I hope not. But yeah, it's like,
when's the last time you
the COVID thing?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, please.
I was just gonna say the COVID thing has given me more of a reason to feel better about staying inside. It's almost like it's no longer an excuse, it's a reason,
right,
kind of thing.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with staying inside. Obviously it's the safer option, but if you can, well, let me ask you this. When's the last time you left the house by yourself? Like, even if it was just a trip to the grocery store or something?
Like months, I think.
Oh, wow. Okay. Then
yeah.
If possible, I would try starting out small then. Maybe make a trip once in a week to the store if you can.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I mean, it's so tricky. Are you seeing anybody talking about this particular thing at all?
I am. I've been seeing a therapist for about a month and a bit now, and I am on a waiting list for DBT.
Nice.
Which is, yeah, and like the therapy is Zoom sessions. Which
oh,
is
cool.
really helpful because if it's been, yeah, it's been really good. It's secular therapy. Like, I've made it clear that I'm an atheist and things, and I've called in to a couple of other shows and actually was like, here, listen to this and let me know what you think. And she gave me some feedback on it. So it's good.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you're doing everything that you need to be doing. Because my biggest thing is that if there's something keeping you inside, maybe you need to be inside for a little while, stay inside until you just can't stand it anymore. Maybe. I mean, it's hard to say because you're the best authority on your own body,
Like, I do have fear of people. Like, I have what's called a nonverbal learning disorder. So my vision is impaired in a lot of areas. So I was involved, like, I knew people, and unfortunately one person murdered the other, and then I had to be involved in the court case and stuff. And so when I found out that person who murdered the other person was out of jail, it like upped my panic of being found, because the person was really violent and had expressed previously how if anybody like screwed them over, they would come at them. But the thing is they said that they would send somebody. So it's like kind of like a fear of having this mystery person come and hurt me. And so that's been a huge contributor to me staying inside out of fear. And then having the nonverbal learning disorder, it affects my vision. So I'll be out in an area where I had, I knew this person used to hang out, and then I would start seeing him in different places. If anyone even looked remotely like this person, I would see them, and then I'd have a panic attack on the street. So that's another part of it.
So that's tough when you have a traumatic response to a legitimate threat. That's different, because it's not like something you can just talk yourself out of. It's not something you can just rationalize yourself through it and say, hey, friend, remind me how harmless this actually is. It's not like that. This is a legitimate, you have several threats, so I have no idea how to function like that. And I'm sorry if I'm making this worse. I hope I'm validating and not intensifying this. But I'm glad that you're taking care of yourself. I'm glad that you're seeing somebody, because that's difficult.
It's important.
I'm glad that you felt like sharing this. That's complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated. So like this whole pandemic thing is kind of like, hey, now I have a reason to stay inside and not feel guilty about it, and not be looked at weird and misunderstood, and having people ask, how come you never go outside? And it's like, like, I don't know if I've been thinking about moving out of the city I've been in for months, but like, I'm just everything's kind of at a halt with COVID right now.
Right.
So it's been really tough.
I'm really sorry that you're going through all this. It's and isolation doesn't help. I know, at times it does feel good to be alone. But sometimes you just need to be around people. At least I do. And coping with isolation can be very, very difficult. I'm fortunate that I live with my brother and my nephew, so I don't get isolated as often as some other people. But if I was alone, I have to be honest, I would probably be struggling.
Yeah. Well, yeah, same. So I'm sorry. I don't even know what to say. I wish I had more answers.
I wish I could give you, if I had your consent, a hug right now, Allison.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thanks. Hugs through the monitor.
Air hugs.
Air hugs. But yeah, I understand, this is a very complicated, kind of extreme situation, right? So it's I guess I just wanted to spread the word that it's if you're going through something similar like this, you're not alone.
No.
And things will get better. Like I said, I've been going through therapy, and I've been given tools to help. I have my big, huge stuffies to cuddle if I need them, or I've got scented candles and all that stuff. So once I get through the DBT, then the trauma processing will start, and then I'll work through all of this. There's a lot more, but I don't want to get into it because I don't want to take up much more of your time. But once the trauma processing starts, then things will get better. I just got to work through it. So.
And Allison, of course, we are here every Sunday, and you're always welcome, to call back again and talk to us some more.
And I want to say thank you to Allison. We have been discussing a sign off, for our show, because we've been out here for a couple months now, and we still didn't have a sign off. And so we'd finally come up with one, and you just changed our mind. So now you've given us our sign off. And so you're going to hear, we're going to quote you at the end of every show.
You're not alone. This will get better. So thank you, Allison.
thank you so much. I'm happy to help. That's great.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
happy to leave this call on that positive note, you know?
Hell yeah. And I'm really happy you called in and, well, got us our closer and shared your story. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
And I hope things will get better. You know, it's
Well, they do. Thanks, Allison.
yeah.
You know,
Thanks.